Good evening to all and welcome to the session. Before we go to the actual session, I would like to talk about top batches from top educators. They have launched a lot of batches today, 29 September. I have been telling about these batches. What are these batches? Team All Stars, Set Brahmastra batch, SSC CGL and CHSL 2021 exams, and the duration of each batch full year, complete batch on general studies, all SSC 2021 exams, and there's a strong lineup of batches. And the features of all these batches are full syllabus coverage for all SSC exams, top educators of the country, unlimited access, PDF study material, unlimited access to tests, weekly quiz and mock tests, dedicated doubt clearing sessions. And these are the batches. This doesn't go with you people. There's so many offers, September offers. Please go through all these offers. And every Sunday there's a combat test. You have to answer 40 questions in 50 minutes. And you can win scholarship from a pool of 1 crore. Based on your rank you get, if you use my subscription code, referral code, Murthy10, you get additional 10% discount. All set, let's crack it. Now we'll go to the actual session. Grammar based questions. Have a look at the first question and try to spot the error. Today I have brought about 35 to 40 questions. Based on the time, I'm going to, good evening. Please try to spot the error. Sentence number 1. I went to the temple with my parents, my aunts, and my cousins. Where is the error? I went to the temple with my parents, my aunts, and my cousins. Which part has an error and why? Whatever you think you can say, right or wrong, it doesn't matter. There is an error in the first part. There's nothing wrong with, no, there is an error. I went to the temple with my parents, nothing wrong, my aunts, nothing wrong, and my cousins, nothing wrong. But there is an error in the first part. What is it? We should not use the definite article the. You may ask why. When it comes to school, when it comes to school, college, temple, church, mosque, hospital, when you use these words and if they refer to the primary purpose, if they refer to what? The primary purpose, then we should not use any article, no article. Imagine I'm talking about a student, he or she. If I say she goes to the school every morning, is this sentence right or wrong? Please respond. Is this sentence right or wrong? She goes to the school every morning. No, it cannot be, Mondal. It is wrong. This sentence is wrong. Why is it wrong? Here I'm talking about a student. And when we talk about a student going to school, it is a primary purpose. Then we cannot use a definite article the. She goes to school every morning is correct. If I go to school, my purpose is not the primary purpose. I can say, I went to the school yesterday. My purpose, I'm not a student. I went to meet the principal. I went to the school yesterday. Is the sentence right or wrong? Here it does not talk about the primary purpose. So second sentence, is it right or wrong? Second sentence is correct. What is the reason? It does not talk about the primary purpose. So here it talks about the primary purpose, then we cannot use a definite article the. Hope you got it. And under pressure, not easy. First you have to know the rule. Then under pressure, you have to read the sentence carefully. And if you think it is about the primary purpose, then you have to eliminate the definite article the. Yes. I have passed the examination 2 years ago. Where is the error? I have passed the examination. Which tense is this? Present perfect tense. Present perfect. And 2 years ago, that is time in the past, about the past. This is a wrong combination. We can never use present perfect plus time in past. Wrong. Here, because 2 years ago that goes into the past, we cannot use past perfect. It should be only past tense. Based on that, what is a correct sentence? I passed the examination 2 years ago. Which tense is this? Past tense. Here we have to use past tense. What is the reason? Time is there, time that goes into the past. Then we cannot use present perfect. It's a common error. We have to use past tense. And you cannot use past perfect, Mondal, only past tense. Past perfect goes with, imagine two clauses, two actions. They happened in the past, one after the other. For the first action, past perfect. For the second action, past tense. But here there's only one idea, one clause, one sentence. So you have to use past tense. I hope it's clear. Yes, thank you. Unless you do not give the keys of the safe, you will be shot. This is an important question they have been asking different competitive exams. There is an error in the first part. Perfect. Very good. Within no time. Here, unless is a negative word. It is a negative expression. Do not, negative expression. We cannot use two negative expressions in the same clause in the same sentence. If you do that, it is called double negative. Double negative is wrong, not correct. So here, unless you strike off do not, unless you give, then it is correct. Unless you don't give, that is not correct. What is the reason? It is double negative. And this has been given in many exams, an important question. You have to remember. Double negatives are not acceptable. Some people say, I haven't found it nowhere. Is this sentence right or wrong? I haven't found it nowhere. Is it correct or incorrect? Right or wrong? I haven't found it nowhere. It is wrong. Why is it wrong? I haven't, have not, negative. You cannot use another negative word. Here we have to say, I haven't found it anywhere. Anywhere is correct. Good, you got it. Good evening. Please go to question number 4. Of the billions of stars in the galaxy, how much are suitable for life? This is an easy one. Should not be that difficult. Here, the subject, what is the subject over here? Billions of stars, of the billions of stars. Stars in the galaxy, that is a phrase. Don't consider a phrase, just ignore. Stars plural and countable. One, two, three, you can count millions, billions. Then we cannot use much. We have to say many. Many goes with countable, countable nouns. Much goes with uncountable nouns. As simple as that. Countable many, uncountable much. Good. Question number 5. On being called, all of us entered into the room. Where is the error? This is also an easy one if you know the rule. Otherwise, yes, there is an error. Vishal says, third part. There's nothing wrong with the first part, private working aspirant. On being called, all of us. On being called, nothing wrong. All of us, nothing wrong. Entered, this is a verb. Generally, we say when there is an action, there is a movement, we use a preposition into. Based on that, walk into, it is correct. Run into, phrasal verb, this is also correct. And using the same logic, some people think enter into, this is wrong. I'm going to talk about that. Then, if you ask, sir, why is it like that? That is English, we cannot question. Walk into, correct. Run into, correct. Enter into, wrong. But in this context, entered, they entered into. I'll use a subject here. I'll make it small letter. And they entered into an agreement. Is this sentence right or wrong? They entered, they entered into an agreement. Is this sentence right or wrong? Please answer. It is correct. When it comes to agreement, you can use into, entered into. But when it comes to movement, like walk into, you cannot say entered into. So that is English. We cannot question. We have to accept, respect, and move on. Let us go to the next. Here, sentence improvement. I will underline a few words. You have to decide right or wrong. Not correct, you have to replace, improve. He is in want of a reliable servant. All these words. Good evening, good evening. Who is this? Angelina. He is in want of a reliable servant. In want of a reliable servant doesn't sound right. It is not correct at the outset. And refuse doesn't go with the context. He needs, here, all these words you have to replace. He needs a reliable servant, practical and grammatically correct. He needs. He declined. Decline means what? To refuse, to say no. One of the meanings. Another meaning, to come down. Answer is a second option. He needs what? He needs water. He needs a reliable servant. He needs guidance. So answer is the second option. I think all of you have got it right. Wonderful. That's really good. Changu is as tall, if not taller than. All these words you have to consider. Decide right or wrong. Wrong, choose one of the options. Changu, Chanchu, Chanchu, Changu. They sound like Chinese names. Question number 2. Yes, when you compare, this goes with comparison. When it comes to comparison, we have to use as, whatever the adjective, as. Here one as is missing, so it is not correct. Even here it is missing, not correct. Here it is there, as tall as tall as. You have to decide either the second one or the third one. As tall as, if not taller to, is not correct. If not taller than, answer is the third option. I think you guys have got it right. No, it is not the fourth option. As has to be there. As tall as, if not taller than, Chanchu. Question is based on comparison, comparative, positive form, actually, that one. But when we talk about degrees of comparison, three forms: positive, comparative, and superlative. Is respect really preferable than money? There's a comparative adjective. What is a comparative adjective in this example? Preferable. There are certain comparative adjectives, and after those comparative adjectives and the verb prefer, we have to use a preposition to. Common error, than. Than is not correct. Is respect really preferable to money? This seems right. Preferred or money? Not correct. Preferable than money? Not correct. So what is the answer here? Preferable to money. And there are so many comparative adjectives like anterior, posterior, superior, inferior, senior, junior, elder, prior, preferable, and the verb prefer. All these take the preposition to, not than. Than is a common error. You have to remember all those. Yes, I have listed out all of them. As soon as winter sets in, here the number of tourists. From here you have to consider till here. First you decide right or wrong. Interior, exterior, prior, senior, junior, superior, inferior. So many are there. You have to have at your fingertips. Given expression is wrong. What is the reason? There is a phrase, the number. You have already learned a number takes a singular, I'm sorry, a number takes plural verb. Plural verb. The number, the number takes singular verb. Here, starts would have been correct, but you don't see that. So it is not correct. The number start wrong. You have to choose one of the options. As soon as winter sets in, the number of tourists are increased. No. Is increased would have been correct. The amount of tourists start increasing. We don't use the word amount. And also start, amount is irrelevant over here. As soon as winter sets in, the number of tourists increases. What is the subject of this clause? The number. It takes a singular verb. Sentence is in affirmative, present tense. Then we should add s or es to the verb. Here the verb is increase. Based on that, the number increases. Of tourists is a phrase. Don't consider the phrase. The number increases suddenly. Perfect. What is the answer? Third option is the answer. I think you guys got it right. Good. That's highly appreciable. Call in this evening if you can. I have something important to discuss. This is not that difficult, but some students could not answer in a different batch, another batch. 5-3. No, 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 no. Call off means cancel. They called off the match. They called off the tournament. Answer is even this is not correct. What is the reason? It is in past. Answer is no improvement. It cannot be in past. Phrasal verb is correct. Now you may ask, sir, what is the meaning of call in? Call on also visit. Call in also visit. We use one more phrasal verb, drop in. Drop in also visit. Called on. Call on also means visit. Now you tell me, call in this evening, visit this evening if you can. I have something important to discuss. Do you find any error here? You cannot use called in. Grammatically, it is wrong. Call off means cancel, not relevant here. And call for, the situation calls for means demand, not relevant here. Drop by also is right. You can use drop by. But generally, we say drop in by, on the way. Call out means help. Yes. Answer is no improvement. In the tragic incident, none of the 145 passengers could survived, is surviving. First you answer, then I will tell something important. In the tragic incident, none of the 145 passengers could survive would have been correct, but survived is not correct. Hope you are listening carefully. None of the passengers survive, you cannot use. The context goes into the past. None of the 145 passengers survived. Is surviving not correct. Answer is the third option. I think you guys got it right. That's very good, highly appreciable. But there is something important over here. If you take the word none, which part of speech is it? It is a pronoun. Which type of pronoun is it? Indefinite. Indefinite pronoun. If you take indefinite pronouns, two pronouns are very important. One is none, the other one is one. These two are very important from the exam point of view. None takes a plural verb, none takes a singular verb. None have come today, plural verb. Then you may wonder, when does it take a singular verb? If there's a phrase like of the students, of the employees, of the boys, of the girls, then it takes a singular verb. For example, none of the students, none of the students, will you say, have come or has come? What will you say? None of the students have come or none of the students has come? Which one will you choose? Here we have to use a singular verb because there is a phrase. What is a phrase? Of the students. So this has been given in many competitive exams. Do remember an important one. And when you use the indefinite pronoun one, you should use either one or once. You cannot use a personal pronoun. You cannot use a possessive pronoun. That is also very important. Question number two. This is an easy one. Usually, school level, this discussion goes on. The difference between discover and invent. So, what is the answer? Question number two. Fillers. Discover means to find something already there, to find something. Invent, to create. Here, America, it was there. Someone went and found out. Based on that, answer is America was discovered by Columbus. Found, simple word. Discovered, better word. Effective English. Invent, you cannot invent a piece of land or a continent. Reached, not relevant here. Answer is discovered. My cousin will arrive. This is an easy one, the easiest rather. My cousin will arrive in Sunday. That is impossible. What is the answer? Third one. At Sunday, the Sunday, on Sunday, on Monday. But when it comes to a month, in the month of October, in September, I asked him for some paper, but he, oh, Bangladesh, from Bangladesh, great, good evening, salam alaikum. Question number four, what is the answer? Yes, here the verb is asked, it is in past. I asked him for some paper, but he had not, incomplete, not correct. He has not. Here the verb is in past, then you cannot use present perfect. Had none, he had none. It is past, he had none. Has cannot be used. So, what is the answer here? It is the third option. I think you guys got it right. Wonderful. I appreciate that. It is difficult, affection on her, had none. That is right. Here, shower means show, not the regular shower. Yes, it is difficult to shower affection on her. Here, shower means to give a lot of affection, show. You can also think of give. It is difficult showering affection on her, not correct, though it is in usage. Better expression to shower. It is difficult going that way. That is also right. It is difficult to go that way. Better. That way, it is difficult go, to shower, to do, to achieve. Answer is the second option. Not correct, not correct. Now, five questions, scrambled sentences means what? or parajumble, you have to look at the parts. First part is given, sixth part is given. In between, you have to get it right, the correct order. It will be better. You should always ask questions every stage. It will be better to do what? Based on that, you have to look at the options. It will be better to a few than enroll doesn't connect. It will be better to provide quality education. This seems right. It is better to provide, it will be better to provide quality education. So, how many options begin with Q? Two options. This is ruled out, this is ruled out. It should be either the first one or the third one. Let us check. It will be better to provide quality education to a few than enroll. So here QR is not correct. It should be QPSR. So how does the sentence go? It's a very useful, thought-provoking sentence. It will be better to provide quality education to a few than enroll in masses and churn them out as graduates after perfunctory teaching, superficial. Answer is QPSR. I think you guys got it right. I was born here in the old city. The girl told us, no full stop here. Exactly. It will be better to provide. What is the answer? Question number two. Scrambled sentences. You can also, because so many sentences, parajumble. 2-1. I was born here in the old city, the girl told us when we inquired. There's a continuity. How many options begin with Q? Only one option, that is the answer. Save your time. You need only 1 or 2 seconds, maximum 3 to 4 seconds, not more than that. I was born here in the old city, the girl told us when we inquired. Then P. Her answer suggested that her family has roots and belongs to the traditional part where the temples are. Temples are what? As opposed to the modern towns that consist mostly of hotels. Some say people here are more ethnically pure. Ethnic means traditional. Ethnic. You all must be knowing the expression ethnic wear. Ethnic wear means what? Traditional wear. Ethnic fashion. Traditional fashion. Making ourselves, this is also a nice sentence, thought provoking. Making ourselves what? Ask a question. At every stage, you have to ask a question. Making ourselves our language does not connect. Making ourselves part of growing into does not connect. Making ourselves masters of our language, masters of our language, RP, continuity of thought. So here, which one starts with R? How many options? Only one option, that is the answer. Save your time. Making ourselves masters of our language is an important part of growing into full manhood or womanhood. A wonderful sentence. True, in fact. There's also a nice sentence. A nation, a nation is what? It goes with the concept of nation. Second option. Let us see. A nation is not made by the material assets it possesses, but by the will and collective determination of the people. Wonderful sentence. A nation is not made by, how many options begin with Q? Only one option, that is the answer. A nation is not made by the material assets it possesses, but by the will and collective determination of the people. Perfect. When the governor, then you cannot say the bell had rung. When the governor justice should, they don't connect. When the governor he ordered, again there's no continuity. When the governor found out why the bell had rung, that means what? It has to start with S, and after that it should be P. SP. SQ is not correct. SP. No, no. SP. Let's see how it goes. When the governor found out why the bell had rung, he ordered that he ordered that justice should be immediately done to the horse. Answer is the third option, not the fourth option. Now again you have error location, some questions. So try to spot the error. I meant nothing. These are a bit difficult, some of these quite challenging. So try to read the sentence very carefully. I meant nothing less than to compel you to come. Oh, already someone has answered. Vishal, very good. I appreciate. Let others also answer. Here, I meant nothing less than to compel is not correct. I meant nothing less than compelling. We have to say nothing less than compelling you to come. We have to use the verb ing form. Compel means what? What is the meaning of the word compel? Means force. I meant nothing less than compelling you to come. That is correct. Nothing less than. That's a standard phrase. Nothing less than what? We need a noun. Here, you cannot use a verb in the basic form or infinitive form. You have to use verb ing form used as a noun. What is that called? Gerund. That is nothing but a noun. So nothing less than what, you ask the question what, then you get the noun. Compelling, that's a noun over here. He learned the alphabets at the age of 4. This is again a common error. He learned the alphabets at the age of 4. Where is the error? Second part, there is an error. Who is this? Shrishti. Very good. We cannot say alphabets. If you take English alphabet, only one in number, English alphabet. Alphabets is not correct. But you can say English. This English alphabet has 26 letters. You can say English letters. People get confused between alphabet and letters. They tend to say English alphabets are 26 in number. Not correct. English alphabet, one in number. This English alphabet has 26 letters. And if you talk about different languages, then you can use alphabets. Alphabets of different, if you talk about different languages. Arvind Arora, fine, you can do whatever you wish to, absolutely no problem. No one is going to stop. Please carry on. Thanks for informing. Hope you guys got it. Question number 2, common error. And do remember, when it comes to competitive exams, they ask questions based on grammar. Of those questions, 80% they go with rules and exceptions. In English, we have rules, we have exceptions. And 20% go with what we call common errors. This question is based on common errors. Please go to the next one. Question number 3. He has read 4 plays written this is the question, the most important question of the day. It is good. You could spot the part which has an error. I do agree. There is an error in the first part. This is the first part. This is not correct. But what is wrong with the first part? What is the correct sentence? No, you cannot say he had read. That is not correct. You cannot use past perfect. You cannot use had. That is also not correct. No, no. You cannot use past tense, wrong. Past perfect, wrong. They have given in present perfect. Present perfect, wrong. So what is wrong? Here, there's a clue for you. I have been telling you guys, when you read a sentence, try to look for the time phrase. Time phrase, once you look at the time phrase, if you see the time phrase, based on the time phrase, within no time, you will be able to spot the error. What is the time phrase over here? By the end of his vacation. By the end of his vacation talks about some action will be over or will be completed by a given time in future. By a given time in future. Very good. Who is this? Shrishti. Now she has got it right. If a particular action, please listen very carefully. If a particular action it gets over by a given time in future, or a particular action will be completed, will be over by a given time in future, then we have to use future perfect tense. Many students are not aware of this tense. What is the clue for you? By, by the end, by tomorrow, by 2025. So here we have to use future perfect. And how do you express that? He will have read. He will have read is future perfect. Would have read based on conditionals. If you are talking about conditionals, conditionals, past conditional, what is the pattern that goes with main clause? Would plus have plus verb, past participle form. That is past conditional. But here we are talking about future perfect tense. I will have completed the syllabus by December. By December is given time in future, and by the time some action will be over, then I have to use future perfect tense. I hope you guys got it. Please say yes or no. This is an important question. He will have read four plays. She will have constructed the house by 2025. He will have completed the construction of the house by 2025. I will have completed the syllabus by December. Many students don't know this. It's an important question. Being a rainy day, I could not go out. Got it, sir. Thank you. Thanks for responding. If you write this way, it means you're the rainy day. You cannot be a rainy day. Being a rainy day, I could not go out. It means what? You are a rainy day. You cannot be a rainy day. So here we need the subject. Subject is missing. What is the subject here? It. Based on that, it being a rainy day, I could not go out. It being a rainy day, it is a subject. Subject is missing. In English, without a subject, there is no sentence. In English, do remember two things are very important to form a sentence. What are the two things? One is subject, the other one is verb. And with these two parts of speech, you can make sentences, but you cannot give a lot of information. And those sentences are known as skeleton sentences. Have you heard of this expression any time? Being the headmaster, if it is the same subject, no problem. Being the headmaster, I did something, then no problem. Who is this private working aspirant? But here, I is different, rainy day is different, two different subjects, two different clauses. Skeleton sentences means sentences where you use only two parts of speech, or three at the most: noun, verb, or pronoun, verb. And here, example, birds fly. This is a complete sentence, grammatically correct, meaning wise complete. But do you find a lot of information here? Birds fly, babies cry. What is this? Babies cry. A complete sentence, but you don't find a lot of information. Because you cannot give a lot of information, these sentences are called skeleton sentences. I hope you got it. Fine. He is capable to do this work within the stipulated period. Skeleton sentences means brief, in brief. You cannot give a lot of information. He is capable to do this work within the stipulated period. Stipulated means the restricted, stipulated time period. If I say this is a test you have to take in 20 minutes, what is the stipulated time? 20 minutes. Where is the error? Here we cannot use the verb in the basic form or infinitive. We have to use the he is capable of doing this work. He is capable of what? Doing becomes a noun, gerund. So what is the correct sentence? He is capable of, take a pause, ask a question, he is capable of what? When you ask a question, what? The answer is a noun. He is capable of writing. He is capable of singing. He is capable of reading. He is capable of doing. Thank you very much. He is capable of doing this work. So, what is doing here? Actual word do, verb in ing form, but used as a noun. When we use the verb ing form as a noun, it is called gerund. That's a technical term. Good, you guys got it right. Sentence improvement, 5 questions. To help given to us was more adequate for our purpose. The help, I'm sorry. The help given to us was, you don't have to consider, more adequate for our purpose. What is the answer? It is not the second option. More adequate, here you're not comparing. So more adequate is not correct. Much adequate, we don't say that. Enough adequate, we don't say that. More than adequate, answer is the third option. Good evening. Who is this? Durga Prasad. Pretty late. But there's a saying in English. What is it? Better late than never. Good evening. More than adequate. You all know the expression more than enough. Something, more than enough. Very good, Mondal. Same wavelength. More than enough. Who is this? One more. Jane. Good evening. More than enough, more than adequate. Same pattern, same meaning. So this is right, this is right. Answer is the third option. By this time tomorrow, now you should be able to answer this question. If you don't answer, I'll be surprised. Surplus, yes, that's right. You have to get this right. Who is this? Rajshekar has got it right. I will not, okay. Shrishti has got it right. After that, who is this? Special Forces. Oh, very good. Angelina has got it right. There's a clue for you. What is it? I've just told. By this time tomorrow means what? By a given time in future. Tomorrow is future. By a given time in future, some action will be over, some action will be completed. For that, you have just learned we have to use which tense? Future perfect. Future perfect tense. So I will, future tense, not correct. I will be reaching, future continuous, not correct. When it comes to the rules, the rule that goes with all the future tenses, we can use with first person singular and first person plural, will or shall. Other pronouns, what are the other pronouns? You, he, she, it, they. We can use only will. So here subject is I. I will have reached, I shall have reached. Both are perfect, absolutely no problem. I can reach, not correct. So what is the answer here? The second option, I think you guys have got it right. Wonderful. I appreciate. This is not an easy one. Actual exam, in my opinion, this question, again, an important question, 95% they will not be able to answer this because many students don't know future perfect tense. And under pressure, if you don't focus on by this time tomorrow, then you cannot get it right. Every word, and do remember when you read the sentences while taking the exam, you got to read meticulously, you got to be focused, and you have to respect every word. Here, one word will make the difference. Either you get or you don't get. There ends the matter. Question number three, sentence improvement. He was so afraid that his knees knocked one another. When you say got it, sir, there are two possibilities. Okay, sir, we got it. Thank you very much. Second possibility, okay, sir, enough. Please go to the next question. Either this or that. So here we are talking about knees. How many knees do we have? Two. When we talk about two things, two persons or two things, two persons or two things, we have to use each other. More than two, more than two, we have to use one another. Here it talks about his knees. Knees, you cannot use one another. We have to use each other. Answer is each other. One another, not correct. His knees knocked both. That is not right. Here we cannot use one against both. Question number four. Both the students have come. Both goes with a different pattern. Both the students have come. Both of them, you also use both of them like music. So many patterns are there. Who asked that question? Ha, Nazmul. Both the students, both of them, you can use these patterns. They only work when they have no money. Third option. This is based on adverb, one adverb. What is it? Only. This also goes with common errors. We should use the word only before whatever it describes. Here it is not describing work. It is about they work, but when? They work only when they have no money. So it talks about when they have no money, only when they have, only when they have no money. So answer is the third option. I think you guys have got it right. Both is used first. What does it mean? We cannot answer so many things because here we have to work on the questions. So anything related to these questions, please ask me. I'll be very happy to answer. But outside, away from these questions, I cannot. What is the reason? We have many students. Each student brings one question, one doubt. If I keep answering, then we cannot work on these questions. We'll be going off the track. Hope you can understand. Anything from these questions, I will answer. I have to answer. When we saw him last, he ran to catch a bus or he was running to catch a bus. Something happened. What happened? We saw him. This is in past tense. That time something was going on. What was going on? He was running. So here this is not correct. When we saw him last, he has run, not correct. He had run, not correct. He was running. When I saw him, he was running. When I went there, he was studying. When I went to the institute, master was teaching. So this is a combination of past tense plus past continuous tense. It is the first use of past continuous tense. No, no. When we saw him last, he was running. He was running is correct. They have lost. Now you have fillers. They have lost of their contacts. Much of their contacts or many of their contacts? Please mention the question number. Here, question number one. Yes. No, not much because it talks about contacts, contacts. Then you cannot use little, negative connotation, much, many of their contacts. Answer is many. They have lost many of their contacts. They have many contacts, much uncountable. Here, many of their contacts. Small is not correct. Hardworking people always succeed, whatever they do. This is based on prepositional combination. Succeed takes a preposition in. Succeed in doing something. So, succeed over is not correct. No, 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 no. Succeed on is not correct. Succeed with is not correct. Hardworking people always succeed in whatever they do. The word succeed takes a preposition in. It's a preposition combination. Succeed in doing something. Right. Corruption should be out with the utmost vigor, energy. This is based on a phrasal verb. You have the clue. What is this question about? Phrasal verb. Here, corruption should be rooted out. Answer is the third option. Root out means what? Eradicate, remove completely. Remove completely. Many women in developing countries experience a cycle of poor health that before they are born, very unfortunate, rooted out, a standard phrasal verb. To remove something completely, to eliminate, to eradicate, annihilate, another important word. A cycle, third person singular, of poor health, a phrase, a cycle that originates before they are born, derives is not correct, begins both one and the same, but which is a better word? Originates is a better word. Begins also same meaning, but this is a better word. Always choose a better word that goes with effective English. Establishes not relevant here. This is an easy one. Yesterday, past time, then it should be in past. Sentence should be in past tense. Passed by, not correct. Passing by, not correct. Pass, what is the past form? Passed. I passed by your house yesterday. Answer is the fourth option. But we can also use no Nazmul. Answer is the fourth option, passed by. We can use this also, but the pattern changes. Look at the example I'm going to write. I went past your house. I went past your house. This is correct. And passing by, I passed by your house. Both mean the same. I went past your house. I passed by your house. Both mean the same. But grammatically, in this example, I passed by your house. That is correct. You cannot say I passed by. That is not correct. Answer is the fourth option, but do remember the two patterns. I went past your house. I passed by your house. Both are correct. Again, scrambled sentences. Try to answer quickly. Pass on. That's a different thing altogether. An audience, often in a theater, acted out before. A drama is a type of story. It has to start with, it's all about a drama. How many options begin with S? Only one option. That is the answer. No, no. I was passing by your house. By has to be there. By has to be there. A drama is a type of story acted out before an audience, often in a theater. Hmm. What is the answer? Second one. Autumn is a season. It has to start with R. How many options begin with R? Two options. Ruled out, ruled out. Autumn is a season when warm summer temperature, so gradually decrease to the cold of winter. Answer is the third option. Yes. Here you have to look at the pairs, but try to get the overall picture. That is always useful. This is all about almonds. Almonds are commonly called nuts, but they are actually seeds. And they come from a tree that is closely related to the peach tree. So it is all about almonds. It has to start with Q. How many options start with Q? Only one option. That is the answer. Save your time. Almonds are commonly called nuts, but they are actually seeds and they come from a tree that is closely related to the peach tree. This is all about cartography. How many options begin with Q? Two options. Cartography is art and science of graphically representing. QS. Answer should be the second option. Question number 4. Yes, easy one. Cartography is art and science of what? Graphically representing. You don't have to go beyond that. Automobile racing or car racing tests both a driver's skill and a car's power. So it has to start with automobile racing, R, again R, ruled out, ruled out. Automobile racing or car racing. So RP, answer is the first option. Easy one. These 5 questions, the last set, try to answer quickly. We active voice to passive voice or passive voice to active voice. Please read. We have kept the bird in the cage too long. We have kept present perfect, we subject, and the bird object. You have to start with the bird. How many options start with the bird? Ruled out, ruled out. The bird has been kept, would have been kept. We have kept, that is present perfect. The bird has been kept, present perfect tense. Answer is the second option. Very good. The agent will take you to the property. The agent will take you to the property. So it has to start with you. You were taken, not correct. You will be taken because it is future tense. The agent will take you, you will be taken. Answer is the fourth option, easy. If you are good at tenses, you need only a few seconds to answer all these. Chefs use these machines to mix the ingredients. Chefs use these machines. You have to start with these machines, and it is in present. Had been, you cannot change that tense. Present tense passive voice, they use, they are used. Answer is the first option. Only a few seconds, not. The teachers inform the students, past tense. It has to start with the students. Ruled out, ruled out, ruled out. What is the answer? The students were informed by the teachers that the class had been cancelled. You need only a few seconds. That's it. There ends the matter. Provided you're good at tenses, the cleaners sweep the streets every day. Present tense. Cleaners, subject, sweep, verb, the streets, object. We have to start with the streets. Ruled out, ruled out. The streets are swept. Present tense. Have had been cannot be used. So, what is the answer here? Third option is the answer. Good, you're doing well so fast. That's all for today. Thanks for being with me till 8:31. Hope you got enriched. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much. Good night. Timings 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. Good night. Good night.